Well, good evening and welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Coach Terry Murray, and I'm in the house with the man, the myth, the legend. I got my good friend, longtime best friend since we were 9 years old. I'm really giving my age away on my birthday. Yes, today's my birthday. I'm a 64 years young and still ticking. 64 and hold the door. So that's where I'm at right now. But Coach Pasenow has come on this evening to join us. The man that I go to with all the information. He is the man with the plan when it comes to the NFL draft and the combine. And he is on the show with us tonight. Coach Pasenow, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
We've got my nephew, Coach Ernie. Hey, Coach Ernie says, happy birthday, Coach. Thanks, Coach Ernie. He's saying, Coach Paz. He's giving you a shout out, Coach. Coach Ernie's on here.
How you doing, Ernie?
So let's see who else we got on. John Landy. We've got my nephew, Cody. He's the first one on. He was ready to go, man. He said, I'm going to set a, he told me, Coach, he said, I'm going to set a timer for this one. But so as you can tell, usually it's just me, but I'm so glad that I was able to talk Coach Paz coming on the show tonight so we can break down this combine and the NFL draft. And he is the man. He's my go-to man when it comes time for the draft. He spends a lot of time taking notes. He's got his computer with him today, and this ought to make for a very, very good show. So I thank you, Coach, for coming on with us today and being on the show. So with that being said, I just lost my live feed here. There we go. Now we're back. Okay, we're good. Give everybody just a little bit more time. Jay John says Marky Mark's in the house. Marky said, she said, where's the Funky Bunch?
Left him at home.
Left the Funky Bunch. The Funky Bunch at home. Let's see. Tim Couch, yes, Tim Couch. That's Jade's man. John Landy saying no Tim Couch today. It's Coach Paz now, but that's okay. So, Coach, let's tell them, let's go ahead and elaborate a little bit about us before we get started on this thing so they know just exactly who we have on this show. So tell them a little bit about yourself, how you and I got together and our coaching and what all we've been through. And I think it might come better from you, and then I'll piggyback on it. How's that?
We met actually playing street ball. We used to play with baseball. Indian ball is what we used to call it.
Yeah.
And went out in the street, and my father came out there and played with us. And all the kids from the neighborhood came out. We started playing Indian ball. From that, we went into football. Used the sidewalk as a sideline.
That was it. The curb was the out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that, and became friends, and been friends ever since.
Yeah, we coached, went on coach, and going in and started coaching at a young age. We
coached baseball.
Baseball, man. We were just teenagers ourselves, and we were coaching a Class F baseball team that
third in the state.
Yeah, man. If you look at that trophy, like right over Coach Paz's head here, that is the regional championship, 1981. That means we were one of the top 4 teams in the state of Ohio, and we were 19 years old coaching that team.
Yep.
And I remember the umpire come up to me when we first got down there in the Alliance, and he goes, "What position do you play, son?" I said, "I'm the manager." He said, "You're what?" I said, "Yeah, I'm the manager." And he said, he said, "This is your first year?" I said, "No, this is my second year coaching this team." So I started coaching. We started coaching at a very young age and just carried on. So Coach Pasenow, like myself, I don't know how many years he's got in. You know, I've got 40 plus, and I know he's got to have 30 or 40.
Yeah.
So between the two of us here tonight, you're getting a plethora of coaching knowledge and experiences here that we can bring to you to the show. So don't be afraid to chime in, ask your questions, no matter what they are. Well, let's keep it clean, though. We don't want to, this is a sports talk show. So we got to talk about sports here. And I'm sure Coach Paz and I will let you know some inside stuff along the way. But we went from coaching baseball till we started coaching football.
Yep.
Over at the city had a traveling, or not a traveling team, I'll get to that. the city had a local in-house team here that was called the NRFL, and we started coaching the Vikings there.
Yep.
In which he was my defensive coordinator. I was the offensive guy. He was the defensive guy, and then we were a tandem. So we coached the Vikings for a while, and then kind of I decided that we would start a traveling football team, which was our city's first traveling team. And then Coach Pasenow come over and coached for me on that for many, many years. It was the North Ridgeville Mini Rangers. So I don't know how many years we got coaching together, but it's a lot.
A lot.
We'll have to sit down and figure that out for you. So Coach is like he was telling you in the neighborhood. We played about every ball. If the sport had a ball, we were playing it. So and then
we even played tennis.
Yeah, I tell my daughters that all the time. I said we even played tennis, man. So we were kind of like sports fanatics, and we played. They didn't have Nintendo and PlayStation back in the day, man. Shoot, I got my phone on. Paz, tell them about that. And let me go shut that off.
What did you talk about?
Tell them about the traveling.
Oh yeah, we started traveling. We was going everywhere. Almost into Michigan. Had Michigan teams come visit us. A lot of teams in Cleveland, Akron, Cincinnati. Played all of those. Traveled all over the place. 9 times out of 10, we had a winning record. I don't remember too many losing records.
Yeah, we had a pretty good team, man. We had a good record. We hardly ever in the division we were in. At first, we didn't travel all over, but later on, we got in a league called the AYF that traveled all over the place, like Coach Paz said, and it was interesting and fun to say the least. And the kids had a good time, and a lot of good fun times and experiences, not just for the players, but for the coaches and all the parents too, I think. So that's kind of our connection here, and we've been friends for many, many years. Not ashamed to say that it's, let's see, what would it be? 9, so 55 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Right around there.
55 years, because I'm 64 today, so 55 years. Coach Paz and I have been friends. Holy mackerel is all I got to say about that. So, all right, what else? Who else we have on here? Let's see. So we got Cody. All right, Coach. I guess we can get into the business right now. We brought Coach Paz on today, and I think we're going to start off Coach Paz because last week was the combine. Before last week's show was a combine, and I said we didn't have time to get you on that episode, but I said we'd talk about the combine today. So, Coach Paz, why don't you break it down for us? Who do you believe was your top players in that combine? How did we fare in that combine?
I tell you what, Ohio State fared real well. Styles brothers really brought a showstopper to all that. Yeah. But as far as individuals, a lot of people surprised me. A lot of people during the season I didn't like, but they're good. They're very good. You got quarterback Carson Beck out of Miami, Florida. Kid's phenomenal. He's going to be a stud. I compare him to Drew Lock. You know how Drew Lock came into the NFL and he just blew it away. And that's exactly what Carson Beck looks like. He looks just like Drew Lock coming in. Second, I had Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles was like a freak of nature. He was just everywhere. He did everything well. He reminds me of a linebacker that Dallas should take. I hope they don't. I'd like to see us get him.
Yes.
But
me too.
I could see Dallas going after him because he was really good. He's just a freak. There's nothing compares to him.
Yeah, what did he run on his 40 time? That's all they talked about after that combine.
He ran a 4.47.
4.47 was it? Nasty. I mean, it was. I watched him. That.
It was fast.
He is for a linebacker. That's like receiver speed at a linebacker. And how big is he, Coach? What's his size?
He's a 6'4", 227 pounds. Little light, but he's all muscle.
Yeah.
All muscle.
You couldn't tell he was 227 when I saw
Yeah.
him on the combine because he was built.
Yeah, and he had a 43-inch vert. That's unheard of. I mean, it looked like I could stand underneath him and he could jump on top over me. That's how good it was. It was amazing. And he had 11-foot 2-inch broad jump. He did well on the cones. He did well in the shuttle. I mean, everything he did was there.
Nice. Now his brother too, wasn't it? Didn't his
Yeah,
brother have a good?
Lorenzo had a real good one too.
Because that's all I heard was the Styles brothers.
Yeah, well,
how good they did.
Well, what happened was Lorenzo tried to outdo him.
Yes, and he did
He
on
did.
the 40.
Well, on the 40 because he's a lot lighter.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's 6'1", 194 pounds. He ran a 4.28, which is fast. That's super fast. And he had a 39-inch vert, which is good. But he didn't do nothing else. He just did his vert because his brother did so well, and he did his 40 to beat his brother. So that's what he did. Arvil Reese, linebacker from Ohio State.
Yes.
He was as good as Styles almost. He also ran a 4.47. I mean, he didn't do much else. He's got good change of direction skills. I mean, he could track a ball player from anywhere, I think. That's how well he looked moving around on the field.
Yeah. You got Coach McElhaney on here saying his speed is ridiculous. His size is ridiculous. That's why he said 4.47 at his size is ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's what McElhaney.
Who's that, Reese?
It's Dustin McElhaney.
No,
I think he's talking about style.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's talking. D-Mac. It's Coach D-Mac on there. Hey, D-Mac, shout out.
Yeah, Arvil Reese, 6'4", 253. I mean, that's a linebacker. And for him to run a 4.47, that was impressive.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And another quarterback who I think is coming out way too early. He only played 15 games his whole college career. But I tell you what, Ty Simpson came in there, and he surprised me. He really did. He surprised me.
Yeah.
He's only got 1 year experience. He looked really good at the combine. His deep ball was phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree with that, man.
Yeah.
He was good. I mean, and it's all everybody said. You know, he was like, they had him second behind Mendoza, but man, like you said, what did he play? 14 games?
15 games.
15 games.
15 total.
15 total games, and I mean, I don't know, man. He's got the right. He's got the size.
He's got a cannon.
What's the height on it?
He's a 6'2", 208.
6'2", 208.
He had a 64.5 completion percentage, threw for 237.8 yards per game.
Jeez.
And total passing, he passed for over 3,500 yards. So the kid's good. I just think that I wouldn't throw him out there day one. I think if you throw him out there day one, he's going to get murdered.
Yeah.
But he's got it. He's one of them kids that are going to need some time.
Yeah.
Just don't throw him to the wolves, because if he goes to a team that doesn't have an offensive line, he's going to be in big trouble. Yeah. Because he'll get happy feet.
Happy feet. We know all about happy feet. Ask any Browns fan. We can tell you anything you want to know about a quarterback, because we've had more quarterbacks than any team in the National Football League.
What I mean by happy feet is that once you get hit 7 or 8 times per game, your feet's always moving because you're scared you're going to take another hit.
That's true.
And your feet's and you can't actually set yourself up to throw a good pass. Your feet's just constantly moving because you're afraid you're going to have to duck or dodge. So that's what happy feet are. Another guy that looked really good was Jacoby Lane, a wide receiver from USC. He was phenomenal.
Yes.
He, especially at the combine. I liked him anyway from USC, but USC, you never know what you're getting. That's always a scary part. He's got huge hands, great hands. He's a vacuum with the ball. The reason he's a vacuum is because he got 10.5-inch hands. He's 6'4", 195. He's got the height. Ran a 4.47 also. He had 745 yards, 4 touchdowns last year. Had a 40 vert. So you're getting that big guy that can jump, get up in there. He had a 10'9" burst out of his broad jump,
Mm.
he's got it. He's really good.
Coach Chris Swink's on here saying that he thinks Allard be a good late round pick, like maybe third or fourth round. Allard, if we can get him, he'd be
Yeah,
a good pick in the third or the fourth. You think he's going to be around that long?
Allard might make it into the third
You
round.
think he'll be in the third?
I tell you what, he looked really good once he knocked some of the rust off. He was sitting for a long time because he got hurt, and that was his first time throwing for a long time.
Mm.
And he looked really good once he knocked some of that rust off. He had a nice deep ball, but in the beginning, he looked a little rusty. But
Yeah.
he had it. He really had it.
So there's a possibility he'll be around. I think there might be a possibility he'll be around because, well, I don't want to jump too far ahead into the pros, but actually, like as far as picking quarterbacks go this year, I can't see too many teams picking real high on a quarterback.
No,
I mean,
Fernando Mendoza will go in the first round. There's
right.
no doubt about that.
He's going
the
to
Raiders are going to go.
Yeah, the Raiders are getting him for sure. I believe
Now,
that.
I actually have Ty Simpson second, but he's going to be a project. I really believe that he don't have enough experience. He hasn't seen enough defenses, and in the pros, these defenses, especially I know Baltimore does it, and New England does too. They disguise their defenses. I mean, they'll make it look like it's man to man, and they'll fall into a zone and do the opposite. So I just think Simpsons needs time to sit back, watch us. I can see the Lions taking him. That would be a good fit for him. That way, he could sit behind Goff or even the Rams.
That's good. That's good knowledge there, Coach.
Yeah.
That's good.
The Rams, he could sit behind Matt Stafford. That would be good for him. And Stafford's getting ready to retire. So let Simpsons learn from him.
That's a good thought, Coach. I mean, I got to tell you. Hey, Coach, let's give a shout out real quick. We've got so Chris Swank is on. Ask you about Allard, but we also got Coach Ernie's on. He said they all have. It says they all have to transition in the NFL speed of the game and abilities to read packages. Combine shows athleticism, but transition into the speed of the NFL is always the adjustment. That's Mark knows he's followed. I'm sure. We've got a mutual acquaintance that's been through it with the Dow brothers, and Mark knows a lot of kids that he's coached along the way that have probably been up now. So he in the NFL, so he's got some knowledge on that. Coach Ernie was a coach for our Mini Ranger program as well. We got Coach Whitlock is on board, and his question is, he said, why does a defensive coordinator know so much about offensive players? Coach Whit, he was
got to coach against them.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you learn. And Coach Whit become my defensive coordinator when Coach Paz was working, and I moved on, started coaching some high school teams and junior high programs that Coach Paz couldn't make it to, and then Coach Whitlock took over as defensive coordinator. So I've got both my defensive coordinators. One is online here on the, giving some comments, and the other one's on the show with me. So that's pretty cool. And then we got George Hazelwood's on here. Says, hey, coaches, how's it going? Hey, George, good to see you,
nice
man.
Seeing you. Nice hearing from you.
Yeah. Says, that's a good defensive coordinator. Is what Michael said. That's true, buddy. Coach Whitlock, goodness gracious. Did we have some memories over at EC, didn't we? It's all them kids talk about every time Chase Mason calls. So he talks about you and Coach Whitlock. It's like, oh, boy. So, Coach, where were we at there? I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I like to get these comments when they're coming in, so we give a shout-out to them.
We was at Jacoby Lane, but moving forward, Spencer Fano, who's an offensive line, he's a tackle. I tell you what, that kid at the combine looked like that stuff was secondary to him. He was so smooth with everything he did. He didn't even look like he was even trying, but he was better than everybody else. It was amazing just watching him go through the drills and stuff. It was unbelievable. I pray either him or Mayagua from Miami, Florida is available. But Fano stands at 6'5", 300 pounds.
Oh God, yes, that's
And
that's the one. I would love to have him.
he's got an arm length of 32 and an eighth inch at a 1.72 10-yard burst, because that's all you're really measuring when you're looking at offensive linemen. They ain't running 40 yards for nobody.
Yeah.
Like I said, everything he did it looked like it was secondhand for him. He was just smooth as silk. Um, it was amazing. He had a 32-inch vert, 9 foot 3 inch broad jump, and he ran 7.34 on the cones.
Now, what's his wingspan? I call it a wingspan,
Yeah,
but you
his
know what
wingspan's 32 and an 8. That's his arm length.
arm
So
length.
you
Yeah,
would probably double that for his wingspan.
and you know what they're saying. They're looking for the long arms because you want to keep the guys off
Yeah.
of you and push them, control them, and wherever they're going to go. So that's why it's so important that your arms. Uh, Lately, they're talking about his arms are too short, which that's just started coming out after the Super Bowl. About
Yeah.
it,
Well,
but
they want 30 to 37 inch arms are the benchmark.
yeah.
So that's what they're really looking
Chris Swink is on here. He's saying he's asking question about the Browns. Just stay with us, Chris. Don't go anywhere. We're going to touch on that about the Browns' new trade. They're on here asking questions about Titus and Zion, and we're going to get into that here shortly. But we're kind of trying to get through the combine here first before we jump over into the NFL draft and the Cleveland Browns. So we're trying to lay out some info here for you. So once we get there, you'll know kind of who we're talking about and why we're talking about them. Does that make sense? So, anyways, don't be afraid. Put your comments on here for us. Go ahead, Coach.
for. Jennings Dunker was another one.
Oh, yeah, that's my dude.
Had the flowing red hair, 6'5", 315 pounds, 33 and a half inch arms. He was phenomenal.
Big old red.
And he don't care.
Red hair, mullet.
He just looks like he's going to eat somebody for lunch.
He just looks like the kind of guy you want on your block.
He truly looks like a Viking gone wild.
That's a good comment. That's exactly
what he looks like.
He
a
Viking
like, gone wild.
If you ever watched the Vikings, did you watch that when it was on? He looks like if he had one of them helmets on and a shield.
That would be him.
Dude, that would be him. That's a good choice.
Him an accent of the shield, and you got a Viking.
He's the Viking, man. That's great.
But yeah,
Coach.
he was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I said, Lorenzo Styles, defensive lineman Lee Hunter, he's just good. He's just good. Keeps his pads low. He's got great hips. How you're supposed to be able to sink your hips to stay lower than the offensive lineman. He's a little tight in some of his movements, but he's going to be very good. 6'4", 330 pounds.
Man, 330. That's a big boy.
33 and a quarter inch arm, so he can keep people off.
Oh yeah. Now I'll take either one of them.
Yeah, he's really good.
I'd love to have him.
And Jeremiah Love.
Oh boy.
The running back from Notre Dame.
Here's your boy. Here's your boy right here.
I'm telling you, he's going to be something. He reminds me of Adrian Peterson from the Vikings back in the day.
It's high praise right there.
Yeah, he's just he got good hands, runs with strength. He's got movement. He can dodge. They had him doing the pads, and he was just in and out like it was nothing. Ran a 4.36 40. 6 foot, 210 pounds. He didn't do none of the other drills, but he don't have to. Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah, that's true.
He ran for 1,372 yards last year.
Well, Kuiper had him as number one. That's all I know. I kind of follow Kuiper. A lot of people are kind of saying Kuiper's not been hitting that on the mark lately, but he's the one that's been around the longest, and it seems like he's the one that gives out all the information. But on his board with four more on his panel, they had him at the number one running back coming out.
He's definitely number one.
The number one. And
his hands, I mean, he's just above everybody. It's going down 2 tiers after him.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about his counterpart, but I didn't see nothing interesting.
Teammate.
Yeah, Jadarian Price. I didn't see nothing phenomenal.
They're saying he's 2. They're saying he's number 2.
I don't see that.
You think he's over Washington? Because we talked today, and I like Washington.
Yeah. Well, Washington, he's a good running back, but he didn't perform, if I'm not mistaken. He is on a bike. He had to have a bike for his leg. He did something to his leg.
So he couldn't come to the combine,
He was at the combine.
but he didn't
He didn't perform.
But he had. Can you tell us his size? I want people to hear because he. I just know this. Washington was the biggest back. He had great speed.
I'm sorry, he did participate.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you? Can you tell him?
Yeah, he's 6'2", 223 pounds. He ran a 4.3340. Rushed for over 1,000 yards last year. But the note I have on him is he's a run-only running back.
Oh,
his hands aren't that great.
Oh no!
So,
Don't say that. I liked him.
Yeah, he had a nice 39-inch vert, which was impressive.
I liked him,
and he jumped 10'8". So I do like him, but his hands just are mediocre at best.
Yeah, well, that does make a difference. Harry Azano is on board tonight. Thank you, Harry, for stopping in. He said D. Bush signed with the Bears. I know, man. We're going to get into that in a minute. We're going to talk some pros here in a minute. What D-Mac says, what are your thoughts on Makai Lemon?
Makai Lemon makes my honorable mention.
Aha.
Because I had 10 guys that I wrote, but Makai Lemon, I love him. I think if I had my choice on wide receivers for the Cleveland Browns, he would be it. He's got great hands.
You said we needed him like he's the inside
He's
receiver.
the inside
he's
guy.
Not your...
Cleveland doesn't have that type of receiver. I mean, if you go back, your tight ends did all your inside stuff.
True.
It was Bannon and Njoku. And then you had Tillman running deep. You had Judy running deep. Judy would go like a post pattern, but that's about as far as he would go. He wasn't going over the middle. And then you had Isaiah Bond. But
he was deep threat. I mean,
he was a deep threat too. Me and you've talked before how Stefanski had everybody going deep. Just go deep and we'll get you the ball. No, you won't, because your offensive line can't hold the defense back long enough.
That's the truth. Every route he had was a deep pattern.
It was a deep pattern unless you were a tight end.
Yeah, 3rd and 8, and they're going 15 minimum downfield. It's like, and then by that time, on 3rd down, they're coming after you with the pressure, and it's like you don't have time to get the ball out.
Especially with the way these edge rushers are nowadays. But, Makai Lemon is 5'11", 190. He has the only thing is 8 3/4 inch hands, but his hands are like magnets to that ball. He's my top receiver.
Wasn't he like the second one that went in the combine? Am I mistaken on that? And I watched him going down the line, man. He was flying down the line, caught every ball, and he would just like catch it and drop it, catch it and drop it. It was,
and he ran a straight
line. That's what I'm saying. Run a straight line, catch and drop, catch and drop. I mean, it was,
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever go back and watch Puka Nacua do it, he was the best at it. He walked a straight line all the way down, and he didn't even move off the line a little bit. It was straight, and it was full speed. And if you watch him in the Rams, that's the way he runs his patterns. Stafford throws that pass just like that. He throws the ball, and Puka's in full speed. He's full speed ahead. So that's what Lemon looked like. Lemon was really, really good. And another one is watch for is Zachariah Branch out of Georgia. I think he's really going to become something. He'll probably go a little later, maybe the 3rd round. He might go in the 2nd, but definitely by the 3rd round, he should be off the board too. He was really impressive at the combine.
Well, I didn't hear you talk about my boy though as a receiver.
Who, Carnell Tate?
Yeah.
Well, the thing with Tate is he didn't do much. He ran a 40 at a 4.54, which isn't impressive. And I know everybody's going to say, well, 40 speed don't mean nothing. Well, I sort of agree. Tate's 6'1", 191. Good thing about him is he got 10 1/4 inch hands. So his hands, it'd be like watching Odell Beckham if he wanted to be.
Yeah, the boy can catch. He's not going to drop nothing. Coach, can we take a break here just for a second? I want to go. We're halfway through the show right now, and I just want to make mention. Guys, listen, we got some big news. I just want to say thank you for everyone that come and actually come on the show tonight and went to our YouTube, Coach's Corner YouTube channel. We have hit the coveted 50 subscribers mark. So we will be able to go live on on YouTube. Sorry, we're already live on Facebook. On YouTube, our YouTube channel, we'll be able to go live. Hopefully, if not by next week, the week after next, and that allows us to bring so many more things into our broadcast on this show with just say video clips and things like that of past players and things that we want to get into. Which I want to make mention that we are looking for um, people to come on the show because we have what's called the Coaches Spotlight, and that's kind of what we're doing tonight by bringing Coach Pasenow on because of his expertise and knowledge in the draft and all the stats that he has for us from the combine. That we've brought him on the show, and we're going to be putting on a Coaches Spotlight on every show if I can. So all you players and coaches that are out there watching, don't be surprised if old coach don't hit you up here real soon and see about getting you to come on the show. But I just want to say thank you. And for those of you that haven't liked and subscribed our YouTube channel, please go do that because the more the merrier. And I have to have 50. And I don't want them saying, well, you need 51 now, But anyways, if you haven't done so, I'm asking you to do it. And it's real important. There's a lot of people that watch the show, but you haven't followed Coach's Corner. You've got to follow the Facebook page. So go in there and like and follow us on Coach's Corner on Facebook. So I appreciate you coming on, but that really helps with us because when you follow us, you will get certain messages and posts that you wouldn't, or news information from the show that you wouldn't get if you weren't following, that you won't get if you're not following. That's what I'm trying to say. So make sure you follow Coach's Corner on Facebook. Chris Swink says, can always count on OSU wide receiver to be successful in the NFL. That's true. Coach Paz and I were talking about that right before we started the show tonight.
I will say, though, that's going to become very interesting because their wide receiver coach has moved on to Southern Florida, become their head coach. So we'll find out who the new receiver coach is and what he's going to be all about.
Yeah. Coach, what else you got for us from the combine? Are we getting, how many picks have we went through there on your top prospects?
That was 12 of the top prospects.
12? And we've kind of touched, you've had defense, offense, so let's kind of, let's maybe transition over a little bit. And we can always go back if we need to because he's got all kinds of notes and his laptop here in front of him. But we've got guys that are inquiring about our beloved Cleveland Browns and how this is going to pan out and who do we think that maybe the Browns should take. So let's go back to some of the comments here. Let's see. Well, we had D-Mac talking about Lemon. Who else we have? We've got Chris Swink on there talking about OSU wide receivers. He said, Arizona says stinks that D. Bush signed with the Bears, but a new linebacker from the Jets. So what do you think about, you were telling me a little bit about him before the show. We were just getting ready to start the show, and there was breaking news on about that. So we haven't heard too much about it because our show started literally right after they made the announcement. But what do you got any knowledge on him? I know.
His name is Quincy Williams. He's a Jets linebacker, all-pro linebacker at that. He's very good. His brother is Quinnen Williams, who's the defensive lineman. But Quincy is very good. He's actually, if you ask me, he's better than Devin Bush. He's got more lateral movement. I think he reads a little bit faster than Devin. I love Devin Bush. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I love Devin Bush. But replacing him with Quincy Williams is actually a promotion. As far as he's better. He's better than Bush.
We got an upgrade because you and I were talking. Yeah. We were kind of upset because Bush went over to the Bears and he made, if I'm not mistaken, they said $30 million for 3 years. So that's $10 million a year for a veteran linebacker that had the kind of year he did. I think they got a steal on it, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to find out what we gave up for Quincy Williams, how much money we paid him.
Yeah, it's going to be funny too because the Bears went and got Devin Bush, but in the meantime they lost Tremaine Edwards, and Tremaine Edwards is one of the best linebackers in football. So to lose him, and you actually downgraded the Devin Bush.
Does anybody know what we paid? What did we pay for Williams? Did that come out yet? We haven't got it. Like I said, I just subscribed on your YouTube channel. Thank you, Coach Ernie. God bless you. Love you, brother. Tell Shane I said, hey, that family is growing, and all I can say to you is, aren't grandchildren awesome?
Shane.
He got him a little boy in there.
Shane's awesome.
Yeah. We got someone coming on the studio. Oh, look at this. Oh, I can't believe. What are you doing here? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, man.
The Funky Bunch is here. We couldn't let the day pass.
Holy mackerel. She's got all right. She's got me a hat here. Looks like a dunce hat. So that's probably for me. All right.
Is Tim Couch? I really just came to see if Tim Couch was here.
I
We had to excuse him. He had to take a bathroom break.
Tim's
well,
coming
happy
on.
birthday, Coach.
Tim's going. Everybody, this is my daughter, Jade. Most of you know her, but she is a right hand to me in a lot of ways, just like Coach Pasenow has been over the years. So, love my daughter. Thanks for coming on the show. Ready? I get to make a wish?
Make a wish.
All right. Let's hear it. Look here.
Shameless plug. His wish is to reach those 50 subscribers. So make it happen for his birthday, people.
That's it. Thank you, JD.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Marky Mark.
Happy
Let's have
birthday.
Jay Boo.
Yes.
My
Yes.
second father right here. All right.
Thanks,
Sorry to
JD.
interrupt you.
All right. That was cool. A little happy birthday there on air from my daughter, oldest daughter. So appreciate that.
Yeah, Quincy Williams signed a 2-year, $17 million contract.
Say it again now.
2 years, $17 million.
Mm,
That was a deal.
that's a steal. I'm great. Hey, way to go, AB. You won't hear that too many times on this show. You will not hear me.
He did have a good draft last year.
Well, all I can say is it's about time.
Yeah.
You know, even a blind squirrel finds a nut after he's had it, for 4 years, and he finally had a good draft. So thank God that Andrew Berry had a good draft last year. So maybe he's woke up. Maybe he's got something.
Well, I think he's been doing pretty good in free agents. He's finding these guys. Most of them are retreads, and they come here. And I hate to say it, but Cleveland's not the greatest team right now. And you come here, you're going to play. And I think a lot of players know that. They come here, they're going to get a chance to start.
Yeah, that's and that's could be a big reason and attractive to him. Cody's on here, says shout out to Jay Duke. JD, thank you for the birthday cake here on air, and thank you everyone who joined us this evening. Let's see, I've got this one comment here, Coach, that I wanted to say. Where'd it go? They're kind of coming in fast right now, so let's see. Coach Whitlock says talent goes for nothing if the coordinator doesn't know how to utilize it. Amen.
Yes.
And amen. That's what we can say to that. Arizano says, hope AB's not a one-hit wonder. Yeah, me too. I think he's doing pretty good.
I mean, right now he is.
Yeah.
It was like a learning curve or something. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. My other niece is on here, Brookie Brooke, softball player, is on here saying happy birthday, Uncle Murr. They call me Bunka Murr. So thank you, Brookie Brooke. I appreciate it. While we're on it, let's talk about the 2 acquisitions that we made today. I mean, or no, yeah, it was 2 today. But let's talk about the 3 total that we've got so far. What do you think about Titus Howard?
Titus Howard's going to be very good. To be honest with you, our tackles haven't been good. We had that Jack Conklin, he walked across the street. I think he sprains an ankle. It's bad.
That's true.
And DeJuan Jones from Ohio State. I love the guy.
I did too.
But he seems to be getting injured a lot now. I don't understand why. But again, they do have him playing left tackle. That's a lot of movement for a big man like him. He's a big boy. But Titus is going to be very good. I think he's going to fit well in our line.
I mean, he's 6'5", right and a half. 6'5.5", almost 6'6". He's 335,
something like that,
or maybe more. I don't know. And he got a wing. How much was his reach? That's what impressed me. 65, wasn't it?
No, well, that would be a wingspan.
Wingspan is 65, wasn't it? So he's a big boy. Now, here's what you got to know. He was a number 1 draft choice.
Yes.
He got picked like number 24 overall.
Something like
in that. In the first round of the draft. And now we've got we picked up, who was the other linebacker, or the Zion today.
Yes.
And he was a number 1 draft choice too.
Yeah.
So we've got
and he's an
number 1
all-pro
draft
too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he plays guard. Which, okay, we got a tackle and we got a guard, which is very good. That helps us out a lot.
Yes.
So that's major for us. But we still, our whole offensive line is gone. Batonio, he's like deciding whether he wants to retire or not. Still got, like I said, DeJuan Jones. You got Ethan, I never pronounce his last name, Posick or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you got that LT Leverson, who's not bad. He played guard for us last year. He's pretty good. But you don't have no depth now. And that's the scary part.
Yeah. We need the depth. And I think that's what they're doing by these 2 picks. They literally went out and the one guy that we got today, the Zion, do you have the stats on him by chance?
No, I don't.
Not at Zion? I thought I wrote it down. Hold on. Let me see if I've got it. Maybe I didn't.
But I know he's
I don't.
great run blocker.
Great run blocker. He was what, second? Didn't we hear that he was rated second as a run blocker, as a guard in the league, or was it was in the league? He was rated second
as a run blocker.
As a run blocker. So we will definitely take that. Rated second place, as you know.
Judkins needs that.
Yeah, man, for sure. But now here's what we were talking about. He only had 3 penalties last year. And I was like, that's great.
Yeah.
I said, that's great, man. The dude only had 3 penalties the whole year. And Coach Pasenow said,
he's got a weakness. He's not a very good pass blocker. The reason he only had 3 penalties is because if you're pass blocking, you're holding. It's just that simple.
I cracked up when Coach Pat said that because it's true. He said, well, you know why he only had 3 penalties? He don't know how to pass block. And I'm like, oh, no, don't say that. But it's true. If he's not, if you're a good pass blocker, I hate to say it, guys, you've got the art of holding down. Yeah. You just don't get caught doing it, but you're doing it every play just about.
You got to do it on the inside of the armpits.
Yes, and that's what we teach. You got to get them inside the shoulder pads, man, where the armpits are at, and that's where you keep your hands. Once you get outside those shoulder pads, you're getting a flag.
Steer them where you want them to go.
That's it, man. But they said that the Titus Howard and this Zion guys, they are like, I'm okay with that. They're pros. They've been in there. Zion played 65 out of 66 games in his career. He's only been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
So I'll take that.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. And Howard, he was
better than Conklin.
Yeah. I mean, he's plays all the time too. I mean, he doesn't miss games. And that's what we need right now, coming from the history that the Cleveland Browns have. As you can tell, we've kind of transitioned over into the NFL draft right now, and we're talking about our beloved Cleveland Browns. So, hey, Todd Reynolds is on here, Coach. Pastor Todd Reynolds, I should say, good friend. Hey, Coach, what do you think about the Browns going after center Tyler Linderbaum from Baltimore? What do you think about that, Coach?
I heard that he's signed. I'm not sure if that's true. I heard that he signed already with somebody. I want to say San Diego, or not San Diego, it's L.A.
Yeah, Todd. Things happen so fast today.
If I'm not mistaken, he signed.
I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I thought this just being the first day, we'd have time, right? Mm-hmm. And it just blew up. My phone has been, the alerts have been going off all day from ESPN to my phone.
He's going to be sleeping to that music.
Yeah, man, that's all it was all day today. So it was hard. I mean, we tried to keep up, but we didn't. So don't know about Linderbaum, but I would love if we could pick him up as an acquisition, especially since he's got those ties, Pastor Todd, with Monken. Monken being the offensive coordinator over there. That would be a good pickup for us. So I would like to see that. Packers center was released today, and we need that. What's he got? Elgton Jenkins. What do you know about him, Coach? Elgton Jenkins from the Packers.
He's good. I like him.
It says he was released today. Is what Chris Swink said
I like him.
from the Packers. So that okay. So we'll keep thoughts on him and hopes of signing him. Oh yeah, Lindenbaum
Signed
signed
with
by
the
the
Ravens.
Raiders. Yep, signed with
The Ravens got him.
well Raiders. It
Oh,
says
is it the
Raiders.
Raiders?
Well, what do you have down?
It might be right because I think
Swink's on here saying it was the Raiders.
That's probably right.
Okay. So, yeah, so much for that,
Yeah, Raiders.
Pastor Todd. Pastor Todd used to come to the Nightmare games and took pictures for me, and he literally took one of my favorite pictures of all time of me as a coach. Was down on the field when we were coaching the Lorain County Nightmares, and I was on the sideline in the huddle with the offense, and it was just one of my favorites. So, coach is or pastor is a man of many talents here. Let's see what we have here. Chris Swink, 3 years for 81 mil for Lindenbaum, dude.
Yeah.
3 years. Holy mackerel.
I was really looking at that Tyler Vides, and I think he signed too. That's the guy I want.
Okay. D-Max says, how many games do you think the Browns can realistically win this season? Now he's got us stretching out here, don't he? He's got us stretching out.
I tell you what, that depends on a lot of factors.
Yeah.
We have to have an offensive line to do anything. Defense, defense wins championships. I agree with that 100%. But if you don't score, you can't win.
Yeah.
Coach Whitlock used to have that big saying.
Yeah.
I can't remember how it went.
I think he said if how do you say it? If
they don't score, you can't lose. If we don't score, we can't win. Something like that.
I'm trying to think. Come on, Coach, if you're watching, spit it out here for us. I think it was like if we don't score, something about if they don't score,
we can't lose.
They don't score, they can't win. That's how he said it. If they don't score, we don't win. Come on, Coach. That's your famous saying. Get on here and spit it out for us so we can use that on the show. I can't believe.
True, but
it is true.
We don't have an offensive line to protect our quarterback.
Right.
I don't know how many times last year we're watching them, and that quarterback gets in his last step of his drop, and there's somebody on top of him. He don't even have time to look. He's looking as he's fading back into his, whether it be a 3, a 5, or a 7. If he went to a 7, he was dead meat. So he had to cut it down to a 5-step drop. And then he had to pray that they hold somebody. But with guys like, Max Crosby went to Baltimore. You got T.J. Watt in Pittsburgh. We don't know what Hutchinson's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Not Hutchinson.
I know you're talking.
Guy from the Bengals.
Yeah.
But you got pass rushers now that are just killing it. And you don't have a lot of time back there. So you got to get the good left tackle, especially.
Yeah.
To stop them guys from getting to your quarterback that fast. That's why I'm saying you go in to grab that Malik Lemon, and he's going to do a quick slant or something fast that we can throw to. And then once that happens, your defensive backs will start scooting up to try to stop that because you still got Fannin, who's a great short field option, and you got running backs that can catch. Dylan Sampson's an awesome receiver. You've got to have time to do that. And then who's going to be the quarterback is going to be the next issue. If Watson can return to form, which that's a whole nother story. But if Watson can return to form or Shador gets more time to throw, that'll be a big difference. The thing is that, and we've talked about this before, Stefanski has a system. And his system is it.
Yeah.
If you fit in his system, that's just the way it goes. It ain't a matter of him changing his system to help you. You fit in the system.
Yeah. We talked about that a little bit last week. It's like, Monken's the type of coach that he builds his plays around his players and not his players around his plays. And I used to always say that as wherever I coached is I knew the talent I had and I would try to make my offense and defense work around the talent that we had. And that being with me that long, sometimes we couldn't change up certain times on defense because of the league we were in. But when we got to the point that we could use a different defensive set, we did if we had the talent that, was able to be used in that defense. And that's the problem, like you said, with Stefanski, I think, is he had a quarterback in Deshaun Watson that he couldn't figure out a system to put him in. And when he did, he did more harm than good with him because he just didn't have that knowledge. And which, you don't have to agree with me or not, but we're going to find out this year.
Yeah.
Is all I can say.
Yeah.
Because when he goes over to Atlanta, and we'll see what happens there. Now, as Coach Pasenow was saying earlier when we were talking, that he has players over there that may fit his system. So if he does do good, it's going to be, I think, because he has the players that fit that system. But
Yeah.
if he doesn't, I don't. My point is this: how many quarterbacks do you need? He said he didn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, he's supposed to be this great quarterback whisperer. Well, we
Yeah.
see how that turned out.
He was whispering something else because, you let Baker Mayfield go. What happened? Well, Baker, it took him a team or two. He did have some maturing to do. But where is the Cleveland Browns as far as developing that young talent? He was the first person taken, #1 draft choice. You got to develop that kid. You don't let someone like that go. Come in, basically tore it up, threw for 17, was it 27? 27 touchdown passes in a shortened season when he come in, tied the record in the NFL, and then, he had a good few years for us there, but then we just went away from him, and because I think Stefanski got his Coach of the Year award, it made him bigger than he should have been, and then the rest is history. So we lost Baker Mayfield, and then we had to go after Deshaun Watson, which is absolutely going to go down as the worst trade in NFL history in my mind, unless he does come back this year and prove himself that he still has something left to give. But I'm not buying that. I'm not buying into that. I wouldn't be mad if it happened. I would kind of love to see it. It would be a good story for him and the Cleveland Browns, but I just don't see that happening. So
what you got that's lucky is that Todd Monken was the offensive coordinator for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson just didn't sit back there in that pocket. Everybody knows that. Lamar Jackson would take off and run. And Baltimore threw a lot of short passes. They didn't go deep that often. I mean, Zay Flowers, he could get open deep, but Zay Flowers is bringing a lot of inside patterns. And so now, you got Monken here. You got that type of quarterback with all three of them, to be honest with you, that can run. I mean, Deshaun Watson was a runner at Houston, if you remember correctly. And he can throw the deep ball. That's what I like about Watson now, is he can throw the deep ball. Now, Watson has a lot of rust that he hasn't shaken off since he's been here.
You're right. And Achilles injury.
And the Achilles thing going on. But
it's
you've
huge.
seen some of the stuff he does in the offseason. His Achilles is just fine. And then you got Shador, who can run. Mm-hmm. He's not a big fan of running, but he can run. And then Dylan Gabriel, that's all he ever did was run. But Gabriel's just too small. He can't see over the line.
Yeah, so so D-Mac, so we're talking like that was a long way around trying to give Coach D-Mac here a number, and I'm right with Coach Paz. There's too many variables right now. I will go on record to say this. I was not a fan of the choosing of Monken as the head coach at first, but the more I got to know him, is the more I got to like him. I'm an offensive coach, offensive-minded coach, and he's an offensive coordinator, and man, I like his style so far. I want to just give the guy the benefit of the doubt, and even the players are coming out and saying that he is. I just saw an interview from one of the Browns, Junkins, the running back, saying about what a different type of coach he is. He said he come out, a true player's coach. Couldn't believe he said that, but I didn't. Not my words. That's Junkins' words. And I know exactly what he's talking about because I used to complain to Coach Pasenow all the time that this guy is not the type of coach we need in Cleveland. We're a blue-collar town. We're a tough, we need a tough man that's going to be able to get in there, that the players are going to respect, that's going to listen to him when he barks at them. And I don't think he did a whole lot of barking, Coach, is my opinion.
Yeah, I actually think if everything works right, Cleveland will win 6 games this year.
6 games? Let's see.
That's just this year.
Okay. Coach Ernie says Watson is done. They need to develop players. You were spot on with that, but Watson has no place on the team. I want to see Sanders succeed.
I do too.
I really want to see him succeed. I think he's got a little bit of a raw deal, thanks to Stefanski, Coach Stefanski. But I think it's all going to work out. We're going to see this year; it's going to work out. But I do agree with Coach Ernie. We got to develop new talent. He's on a league rookie contract. Why not?
Fifth round rookie contract.
Fifth round, which is like we got him for nothing basically. He makes more money on his side gigs than he does playing for the Browns. But I personally think he's going to be all right under Monken's leadership. Cody Whitlock says Travis Kelce running it back with KC, and they added Kenneth Walker Jr. What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Kelsey's coming back.
Oh boy.
He's just
okay.
Trying to stay out of Taylor Swift's.
Taylor, you need to let the boy finish his. It ain't gonna happen. They're getting married. So, all right. So here's what I'm gonna say. I was talking a little bit earlier. Watch out for the Chiefs. I know y'all don't want to hear this.
Yep.
You don't want to hear it because we're all sick of the Chiefs. But I'm just letting you know they have been sneakily building and getting players and doing the things that I think are going to bring them back. Listen,
offensively they are. Defensively, they lost 2 defensive backs,
and we don't know if they've picked anybody else.
I don't know if they picked anybody else.
Oh boy,
because Brian Cook is now gone. And then they traded. I can't think of the kid's name off the top of my head, but he was like a shutdown corner. And they traded him away. So defense is getting weak. The offense is going to be phenomenal. I mean, I don't understand how you let the Super Bowl MVP walk.
No,
I don't get it.
No, I don't get it. Mahomes is young. He's going to be playing forever. They will keep building around him. They're I don't want to use the word Pittsburgh Steeler-esque, but that's kind of Steeler-esque type system in Kansas City.
As long as Andy Reid's there.
Yeah, as long as he's there. They keep building. They are never horrible. Of course, how can you say they're horrible? They've won how many Super Bowls? But the Steelers are that team that they never get to where they're going to be 3 and something or 2 and something or 4. They've always keep a good plethora of talent. Even if they lose certain talent, they're still going to be competitive no matter what. And there's something to be said about that, man.
Yeah.
So let's see. Mahomes is the real deal, and I hate saying that being a fan of a team in the AFC. Oh yeah, I hate saying that being a fan of a team. We know who your team is in the AFC West. That is the Denver Broncos. So, which I think.
Drew Lock. That's all I got to say.
Hey,
Drew Lock.
But honestly, in the future, I'm not so sure Denver isn't going to be that team. So we'll see what happens. There is a lot of talent, and there's a lot of good teams. We are pushing the limit right now. We are right out at the time that we got to kind of close out here. So just give us a few minutes. I want to kind of make sure I'm answering some some comments. D-Mac said Watson belonged in a spread offense, and he was never a fit here, to be honest. Yeah.
If you got Stefanski running his Minnesota Viking offense where you got to stand in the pocket.
Yeah.
And we couldn't even get him a pocket.
Yeah.
So, I agree with you 100%. I think if Watson, the spread offense, I get that part. But even if you run something that he can throw the short passes instead of having to sit back there. And another thing with the Browns, too, and this bugs me still to this day. The last couple of years, them receivers would run their patterns, and stop. Okay, I'm going out for a post pattern. Once I run it, I ain't coming back. So if you haven't thrown the ball, you're on your own. That's not the way football goes. No. You run to the quarterback and try to get open so the quarterback has somewhere to dump the ball.
Yes, that was my biggest complaint, man. You'd be looking downfield and them
standing there.
Just standing there. It's like you are a professional player making millions of dollars and you haven't learned that you've got to come back to the quarterback. Well, Coach, listen, I just want to say this. I have thoroughly enjoyed having you on the show for my birthday. You can see, if you're watching out there, let me know. Have you enjoyed Coach Pasenow coming on? I would love to have him back on as a co-host / special guest whenever he wants to come. Maybe we can make that happen. We're continuously trying to build this show, Coach's Corner. great things are happening moving forward. We just have to put it all together. It takes a little bit of time and effort, but we can't be a talk show without you. So make sure you share this with all your friends. Make sure you get it out there on your feed so they're able to watch and we can get more people coming on. Hopefully soon we're going to be on the Coach's Corner YouTube channel. Thanks to you guys coming on and subscribing. Coach Ernie says, okay, Watson is done. Make sure I'm not missing anybody else. John Landy is on here today. Thanks, John Landy, for coming on. And we've got great show, guys. Looking for more. So if you've liked Coach Pasenow being on the show, give him a shout out today to make sure he knows. D-Mac says, miss you, Coach Paz. The year you were my head coach, we had an awesome year and won a ton of games. Yes, amen. So good stuff. D-Mac, thanks for tuning on tonight.
Definitely.
And like I said, make sure you share this. Follow the Facebook Coach's Corner page and share this with everybody you know so we can get it out there. And thank you. Jade says, happy birthday, Coach.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you, Coach Paz. My gift was you coming on the show with me tonight. I have thoroughly enjoyed this. This is my birthday present by Coach coming on. Should we give him a little prelude of what's coming up? Can we do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so you know we love football. You guys are always busting my chops on here about, we don't have to watch the game. We just got to watch Facebook to know what's going on with the Browns because Murray's always on there in his mouth. So, good way to take care of that is that's why I brought Coach's Corner back. So here's what we've talked about. Coach Pasenow's already agreed to it. This is a premier announcement. You are getting it here first. That the draft, we are going to be doing a draft special show. So make sure you join us. It's going to be Thursday night. What's the date, Coach? It's April
23rd.
23rd, I believe. Starts at 8 o'clock. And we're going to be doing a draft show special on the Coach's Corner show. So make sure you tune on with us. We're not going to be able to actually show what they're showing on ESPN, but we're going to be watching it, breaking it down. Trust me, you'll know what's going on. If you're watching this, turn them down and turn us up because Coach Paz has got a plethora of information about all the draft choices. We're going to be talking about who we think they're going to be picking, where they might go next, and I think it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I already had to bribe your mom with getting some wings and pizza, so we're going to be having a party here ourselves. So why don't you join us? Turn us on. Make sure it's going to be for sure to be on Coach's Corner on Facebook. And hopefully by then, we'll have the whole YouTube channel thing figured out to where we'll be broadcasting live on Coach's Corner YouTube. So with that being said, Chris Swink says, awesome. Jade says, a Coke. What? Wait a minute. A Coke or a couch, as in Tim Couch. That girl ain't going to let it go about Tim Couch. She has got, I think you can see my oldest daughter, Jade, has a thing for Tim Couch. I was looking at his results today, not to chase the squirrel here, but Tim Couch was a heck of a player for us.
Yes, he was.
He had a lot of yards.
Well, he came in here, and that was when we first got back, and his best receiver was Nate Burleson.
I remember you saying that.
That's scary.
It's scary.
And he almost got us to the playoffs. By the way, I think he did. We got in the first round, but that was it. And he beat Pittsburgh one game. I know that.
Man, I'm telling you, this is the crazy. What we got here? Shout out, Paz. This is Brookie Brooks giving you a shout out. She says, where's she at here? Shout out, Paz. Happy birthday, Monkamer. All right. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're going to have to start winding this thing up here for tonight. I know we're a couple minutes over. I have never went over. Okay. But with that being said, I did have it is my birthday, and we are going with a very special show here tonight because we're talking about the Combine and the NFL Draft and our beloved Cleveland Browns. So make sure, set the date for the NFL Draft. Coach Pasenow is going to be on. We're going to be doing at least that Thursday night. The first round draft is going to be on Thursday night. We're going to go into that first round, maybe into the second and third. We'll see how it goes. But we can't do it without you. Make sure you tune in. Go to the YouTube channel and like and subscribe. Again, Coach Baz, I just want to say thank you. I love you, man. Thanks for coming on board tonight. And this is the Coach's Corner. So, two things don't forget. One thing, it's not a talk show without you. Anytime I get to talk to you about sports is a good time. And remember, if you have a problem, it's never too big for God. Give it over to God. We look forward to seeing you in the next episode. This is Coach Murray and
Coach Baz.
peace. We're out.